this poignant documentary, we explore the harrowing reasons behind the Nazis' heinous act of burning books. As you watch, you'll be transported back in time to witness the distressing sight of priceless cultural artifacts going up in flames, the flames symbolising the brutal suppression of knowledge and freedom of expression. Through this film, we learn how the Nazi regime sought to destroy the written word so that they could control the narrative and dominate the minds of their people. By delving into this painful topic, we honour the memories of those who were silenced and vow to protect knowledge and freedom at all costs. We take a walk down memory lane to explore one of the most tragic events in history, the burning of books by the Nazis. This act of cultural destruction was one of the most brutal displays of destroying knowledge the world has ever seen. As we delve deeper into the history of burning books during the Nazi regime, it becomes evident that this act of cultural destruction was not just an isolated event. It was well planned, systematic, and an effort to wipe out knowledge and ideas that were deemed to be against the Nazi ideology. The Nazis targeted books by Jewish and communist authors, as well as works on topics such as feminism, democracy, and human rights. The burning of books was a deliberate attempt to silence opposing voices and create a literary void that would support their propaganda. Despite the devastating impact of the book burnings, it is important that we remember and learn from this dark episode in history. To understand why the Nazis burned books, let's take a look at the context of the time. Germany was in a precarious position after World War I, and a new political party had risen to power. With new ideologies, it aimed to reshape the world. One of the primary objectives of the Nazi Party was to control the spread of knowledge and information. During the early 1900s, Germany was struggling to get back on its feet after World War I. The Treaty of Versailles had left the country in debt with a weak economy. The political climate was tense, and there were various groups vying for power. In this chaotic period, the Nazi Party emerged, led by a charismatic leader named Adolf Hitler. They saw themselves as the saviours of Germany and promised to restore it to its former glory. To achieve their goals, they sought to rewrite history and control the minds of the people. Burning books was one of the ways they could effectively control the spread of knowledge and information, ensuring that their version of events was the only one that people knew. By silencing opposing ideas, they could create their own narrative and manipulate the masses to suit their agenda. The burning of books begins. On May 10, 1933, students across the country helped burn books with authors who were Jewish, communist, or simply not welcomed by the Nazis. This act of destruction was just a beginning, and the government ordered the libraries and bookstores to remove and destroy works deemed subversive or in opposition to the regime. The burning of books wasn't just an act of violence, it was an attack on culture, religion, and history. Over 100 million books were burnt throughout the entire war period. Some of the most famous works destroyed were those of Thomas Mann, Sigmund Freud, and Albert Einstein. The impact of this destruction was felt beyond just the loss of cultural heritage. It was also an attack on freedom of expression for minorities. Many of the authors had to flee the country while others were killed. The only hope was that the world will never experience such an event again. It has been over 80 years since the Nazi regime burned the books, and it is important to honour history and never forget it. The burning of books was not just about destroying literature, it was an effort to wipe out culture and dissent. We should always remember the past and preserve knowledge so that it can never be destroyed again. The actions of the Nazi regime during the book burning events presented much more than just burning literature. It was a direct attack on human freedom and the power of knowledge. We must always hold on to our heritage and never let go of our history, even if it is painful. Preservation of knowledge is a crucial aspect of our society, and we must take measures to ensure that it is not forgotten. We must continue to honour those who stood up for their beliefs during that dark period in history and never allow such atrocities to occur again. That brings us to the end of the video. As always, we hope you found it informative and engaging. If you did like it, then please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating insights from the past. If there are any other subjects you would like us to cover, please drop a comment below, and thank you for watching.